Hello and welcome to the Adapt and Enable website. I've just been asked to say a few words about how we've got to this place, where we're going with it and what the point of the website is. Obviously the last few months have been really challenging for all of us and we flipped very quickly to an online delivery mechanism. And now's the time we really need to look at what we did, think about what works, what doesn't work, what our students liked and what they didn't like, and then move on with our delivery so that we can deliver a truly blended approach come the autumn term. In order to help everybody do this, we decided it would be sensible to produce a set of principles. It's important to recognise these are principles. They're not strict rules about how you should and shouldn't deliver, but they're ideas that we want you to follow as you go about using your expertise to deliver what you know will be the best learning experience for your students. So I'm just going to share my screen now and show you these principles, which also of course are on the website. So here we go. Enable, what does that stand for? It stands for an engaged, agile, blended learning experience. And this is not a situation that any of us wanted to be in, bearing in mind the current crisis with COVID-19. However, it does give us an opportunity to really use our digital tools to their maximum potential and to explore a very different way of learning for our students. And we want to have a blended experience for all of them, i.e. we want them to be on campus, engaging with the sorts of learning that is appropriate to take place on campus in, of course, a socially distanced context, which is going to be challenging in itself. But equally, we want to make the most of those digital opportunities so that when they're learning online, our students have a great experience, they engage, and that you as lecturers and teachers also have a good experience with that. So agility is the first principle, which is very important. This is all about being able to switch on and off to an online environment because of course we may have to go back into lockdown further down the line. We've already seen that happening in our local region relatively, so we need to be ready for that. I think we also need to be agile from a mindset point of view, so agile actually within our delivery, so able to switch on and off online, offline, and also adapt to our students' circumstances because often our students will be challenged by the current situation. And indeed us and our colleagues, we're all challenged by the current situation, so agility relates to that as well. The next principle is around timetables and schedules. So the timetable, as you all know, has had to be produced already, and that is underway. You have told timetabling what you need through your MDF process, and we're going to not be able to change that further down the line, so that is going to be what it will be. That's not a situation any of us want to be in. We always like to think about, you know, the timetable coming after we've decided how we're going to teach pedagogically, but of course in this current situation, you know, we've had to do it that way round, and so therefore it comes back to agility. We've got to be able to adapt in order to fit that limited on-campus learning experience around the digital experience and to make the most of that. And that takes me into the third principle, which is around making every contact count. So when we do have our students in a room, you know, they're not there just to sit and listen to us. They're there to discuss and engage and to do the sorts of things practically that, you know, they wouldn't be able to do appropriately in the online environment. So for many of our programs, that will be your practical sessions, your studio, your clinical skills, your lab sessions, etc. But for others of us, that will be seminars where students are engaging with you in a smaller group and really, you know, getting down and into the detail of the content that you're delivering to them. The fourth area is consistency, clarity and coherence. So I think one of the things that came back very strongly from our students is that they really valued and appreciated what we did very quickly online, but we need to be more consistent with the way we do this across at a programme level. We need to be clear about what we're delivering, we need to set their expectations appropriately and also try and ensure it is a coherent approach so it sort of all comes together and we think about it holistically. Finally, I just want to touch on the fifth principle, which is about one community. We emphasise one community within our institution because we think it's a very important principle to stick to. But it's even more important as we go through this process. So it is a new era of working together with our students in order to deliver the best possible learning environment. And it's also a new era of working together with each other, supporting each other and helping each other as we get through this difficult time. And that's really why this website is here. This website is not here to definitively dictate to you how you deliver. You are the experts in that and you will be doing that. However, what it is here to do is to guide you through that process, and the materials that the Layout team have produced will certainly do that for you. You will probably need to adapt these materials to suit your local curriculum requirements. As a programme leader, you might adapt them so that your module coordinators can understand them better. So please do add to the materials. I know that's something that the School of Law have already done, which is really helpful for them. And please do use these materials in the way that suits you. But they're there to help. They're not there. They're there so that you don't feel stranded, and that you do feel supported. And please do continue to speak to the Layout team, to speak to your Director of Teaching and Learning, and indeed right up to your DOE and myself, and ask us, questions that you're not sure are covered. Feedback on the materials. Tell us what works, what doesn't work, and we'd be really used to it. That would be really useful feedback, and we'd be delighted to hear that. Thanks very much. Enjoy, and the best of luck, and thank you.